I think like every educator in Australia or even globally, we have been faced with a post-COVID landscape where, the need for really ensuring that we have wonderful staff that can really sustain the work that we're doing in schools, the core business, educating young people, could really, be a viable thing into the future because the challenges have been very, very real. There are plenty of metrics that are used in looking at workforces more broadly, but I think the fact that People Bench had a particular eye on education was really, really attractive to me and to the new school that I had joined. I think with the tool, the Workforce Strategy Builder, you can really hone in specifically what it is for your school that really is going to be your priority. So for us at Mount A, it's really been around empowering our people, like really investing in the development, the professional development of our staff. And two, I think, taking a bit of a strengths-based approach to this as well, looking at, more specifically, how do we retain the great staff that we already have? It's one thing to attract great talent. And of course, we absolutely want to do that. But for us, it's really been about how do we keep the great people that we know that we have in the organisation. And I think that capacity for the tool to actually allow for that has been, really a game changer. I think, initially I was probably curious to know how that would work because the idea of a workforce strategy builder seems like a highly, as it should be a nuanced process because every school is going to have different needs in a different context. So, I was a little curious as to how that would work, what sort of data could be appropriated to really generate and, create a framework from which, real relevance and real useful work could come from. I think the data sets that allow that capability of us inputting have been just brilliant and really mean that the strategy itself can be really tailored to an individual school. So it's definitely not a cookie cutter sort of approach. We really reflected as a college leadership team that whilst, different members of the team have portfolio responsibilities, whether it be teaching and learning or staffing, the workforce strategy is a universal strategy that we need to buy into. So it's critical. It can't live in the portfolio of just one deputy principal or dean or director or whatever it might be in a school. It has to be something like the strategic plan of the college that actually sits alongside of it to really inform, the other sorts of things that we're doing. So if we've identified that, at our school, it's been, retention of the highly capable, accomplished, talented staff that we do have, then that involves everyone around the table to be really working towards that. That doesn't live in one portfolio or another. It is a universal commitment that we're making, and that's true of, I think, every priority that we have in there. So it's critical. It can't just live with the principal. It can't just live with a deputy and staff. This is our workforce. It keeps, top of mind, really, what it is to really be staffing and really ensuring that your workforce is really thriving. It has really created a sense of direction and purpose. It was really underpinning everything that we're doing at the moment, actually, if I have to say. And that I have another element, the board of the college has been really, really very happy, I think, just from a risk point of view, to see that the school is taking so seriously and so appropriately, staffing as a real key feature of the work that we're doing operationally. So they've equally been really, really happy because it has been such a reactive process, particularly in terms of a staff shortage and teacher shortage crisis, you might even say. There's a tendency, I think, for us. I know at the beginning we were operating in a very scattergun approach to our staffing, but this is providing such a much longer term, more sustainable way of thinking about staffing across the college, supporting staff and ensuring that we have a really sustainable workforce moving into the future. To have something that is really driving that direction it's a tool and support I just can't imagine being without at the moment.